I'm hauling my horse trailer down the gravel road to my family's ranch after 4 months in Washington, D.C. when red and blue lights slice through the Texas sunset. Three squad cars blocking my gate, and there she stands, Karen Whitmore, arms crossed, that victorious smirk plastered across her face like she just won the lottery. She's actually bouncing on her toes behind the officers. The deputy approaches my truck, hat in hand, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. Sir, we got a trespassing complaint. This lady says you don't belong here. I glance at Karen, then at the iron sign reading White Hawk Ranch, Aston 1887, then back at this woman who moved into the new subdivision 3 months ago. Diesel exhaust mingles with sagebrush. Cattle are lowing somewhere in my back pasture. Officer, I say calmly, meet the woman who just called the cops on the guy who oversees every HOA in America. Karen's victory smile melts like ice cream in August. What would you do if some HOA busybody tried to get you arrested on your own family land? Drop your worst HOA nightmare below and tell me where you are watching from. Let me back up and tell you how we got here. My name is Garrett Whitehawk, and 4 months ago I buried my father on this same Texas soil. His grandfather broke with a plow in 1887. 2,400 acres of rolling hills, mesquite, and the finest cattle operation in Millfield County. Dad left me more than land though. See, while I was running cattle and fixing fence, I'd been working my way up through federal housing administration. When the old man passed, I got called to Washington, D.C. for a promotion. Regional Oversight Director for the Federal Housing Authority. My job, making sure HOS across 5 states follow the law. The irony was about to become delicious. While I was learning how to investigate crooked HOA boards and development scams, my foreman, Buck Henley, was dealing with our new neighbor, Sagebrush Estates, a fancy subdivision marketed as authentic Western living experience. Translation: California transplants paying premium prices to live next to real cowboys, then complaining about everything that makes it authentic. Enter Karen Whitmore, 48 years old, fresh from some HOA civil war in San Diego, who appointed herself neighborhood compliance coordinator before her U-Haul was unloaded. Buck described her perfectly. She's got the energy of a caffeinated chihuahua, twice the bite and about half the sense. Karen's first week, she drove by our ranch twice daily with a measuring tape, clipboard, and the determination of a health inspector at a Roach motel. Buck caught her photographing our cattle through fence slats, actually taking notes on their bathroom habits like she was writing a dissertation on bovine waste management. The complaint started immediately. Certified letters piling up faster than manure in a feed lot. Excessive agricultural odors. Apparently, cow manure doesn't smell like roses. Unsightly equipment storage because tractors are so offensive. Noise violations from livestock operations. Cows moo. Who knew? All filed with Millfield County by concerned citizens, which translated to Karen plus whichever neighbors she terrorized into submission. Buck kept me updated through scratchy phone calls to DC. Was this woman's documenting everything? Timestamps our feeding schedule. Measures dust clouds with some fancy meter. Even called the county, claiming our access road violates her property. Setbacks. Here's the beautiful part. Her house sits 50 feet from our fence. Our cattle road's been there since Sam Houston was in diapers. But suddenly, it's a traffic hazard, incompatible with her residential character. I came home to 17 complaint letters and one memorable introduction at Kowalski's feed store. The smell of grain dust and leather oil hit me like a warm hug home. Then Karen cornered me by the horse supplements, extending a manicured hand like we were meeting at some ritzy charity auction. You must be Mr. Whitehawk. I'm Karen Whitmore, community standards advocate for Sagebrush Estates. Her smile was all porcelain veneers and zero warmth. We simply must discuss modernizing your operations to fit our neighborhood aesthetic. Behind her, old Marty Kowalski pretended to organize salt licks while clearly enjoying the show. The crunch of my boots on scattered feet echoed in the sudden silence. Ma'am, I said, keeping my voice calm as Sunday morning. This ranch has been here since before your neighborhood was a fever dream in some developer's head. Oh, I completely understand the historical significance. She trilled like she was explaining multiplication to a kindergartner. But times change, property values. You know, I have extensive experience with municipal compliance and valuable connections in county planning. I'm confident we can find solutions that work for everyone.